There is a whole lot of huge news out today. I cannot believe it. We're talking about Zoox. We are talking about light pollution destroying the night sky for astronomy, all thanks to those evil, dastardly renewable projects. And of course, we've got another shocking Tesla recall that somehow didn't even hardly make the news, just barely. We're going to discuss this and so much less. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. Yeah, we're going to have some fun on this one, Herbert. It's been, 2025 has been a long year.
That's it?
Oh my God, you're kidding me. January still? Oh. Hey, do you know 2025 is set to be a crucial year for Amazon's Zoox robotaxi unit?
Yeah.
First question is, did you know Amazon is in this?
Oh, of course, yeah. You did? Of course you did.
Well, no, but I was talking with some people and they're like, wait, Amazon's in that? I thought they were in Rivian. Different things. This is expected to be crucial as the company plans to grow its operations and commercialize its robotaxi business. They're aiming to offer rides to the public quite soon, expanding its operations and significantly grow its self-driving fleet from a couple dozen in 2022. From the couple dozen. And that's a lot of work, and we're excited for it. Now, I've had a chance to check out one of these Zoox vehicles, not in operation, but at CES last year. They had one there, and I got to sit in it, not go anywhere, but Las Vegas is expected to be its first commercial market. One of the ways they get around a bunch of rules is it's a slow vehicle. It tops out at, I don't remember, 25 or 35 miles an hour. And that saves you, that makes the form factor work. You know, this little box, it is not particularly aerodynamic. These flat pieces of glass would be shattered in a week at highway speeds with little rocks, but it doesn't need to do that, so it can work. Do you think that this is going to be a big deal? Is this something that could reasonably compete with the likes of Cybercab?
Well, no. I think they're very different markets, different concepts. First of all, I like the Zoox. I think that the idea that they formed the company with robotaxi first principles in mind, and this is the design that they came up with, which I love. Okay. For all of last year, I kept talking about that I really wanted Tesla to create, not the Cybercab that they did. I wanted to create a version of this. It doesn't have to look ugly. It doesn't have to be this box thing, but the idea that you're going to be just driving mostly in city streets, picking up passengers. You need to have easy entry, easy exit. You need to have low entry. You have to have lots of space inside. You want to have configurable so you can be facing each other, have a table inside, or facing backwards, have lots of screen space. That's what I thought. So I love the form factor. I think this form factor will succeed. I don't think it's like competitive with the Cybercab at all. And I'm sure Tesla is going to be creating their version of something like this. It's like, which one do they come out first, and how? They already showed you the Cybervan. Cybervan is for 20 people, but they said it can be 12 people, and you can easily see a model in between the Cybervan and the Cybercap. There's going to be something like this eventually. So I just like that they did that at first. Now the question is not the form factor; it's the tech. It's the software. They're using LiDAR. You can see those crazy things. Now again, if the goal, we already have mobile robots driving around, the sidewalks of the cities and delivering pizzas, and you can, delivering it in universities. These things can work, right? They can just avoid obstacles. And so there's a place for this, just like you have golf carts, you have a place for this in malls and so forth, and driving around certain areas. It's not this is not going to be the competitor to a robotaxi. It's not going to be the Uber, a solution of Uber, and all of a sudden this is going to take over all of Uber, kind of the Uber-sized business out there, of which Tesla is targeting. So they'll be successful. I don't think that this is anything more than a niche at this point, until they prove that they have truly full self-driving.
And that's true.
From any location, which you're not, because you're not doing neural nets. You don't have a massive data center, and you're still relying on LiDAR, which at this point, if anybody out there still today want to come after and say that LiDAR is the better solution, or you are not following the industry, LiDAR companies are going out of business. LiDAR CEOs who created those companies have decided to create new companies without LiDAR. many companies are now saying we're copying Tesla, we're going to neural nets, and we're going to no LiDAR solution at all, because Tesla's already proven that with these simple cameras, low cost cameras, that's what you need. So I don't know.
So, and you're right. There are little delivery robots that can do all kinds of things. They can do anything that, a human can do. They can go around the sidewalk. They can get hit by a Waymo, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you know that the world's largest telescope is threatened by light pollution from a renewable energy project? Two things cannot be in the same place at the same time. Now, my quick question on this is, what? What are you talking about? I'm just going to show you this. I searched world's largest telescope threatened, light pollution, renewables. I mean, it's all there. What do you imagine that they're talking about? It can't be solar panels, right? Solar panels.
Right. I have no idea. So the from renewable energy project, what's the light pollution coming from a renewable energy project? Just the lights that's around the parking lot?
Renewable hydrogen manufacturing.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay. There it is. There it is. Okay, so this is complete nonsense. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, this one will upset you, Herbert. This one, I don't know if you heard about, but there was a recall of over 2,000 Teslas, and we didn't even hear about it. It barely made the news. Here, let me show it to you. Yeah, look at that. Recalls over 2,000 Teslas.
Okay.
Oh, wait, that's GM. Is that why we didn't hear about it? Meanwhile, a software patch you and I got a month ago is front page news, but this somehow
do they have to bring this in, or can they don't do software patches, do they?
It is software, but the dealers will update the software.
That's always so. It seems to be still the case, which is, you still need to bring it to the dealer. They still need to be the one to do this work. That is a recall.
Should be an over-the-air update. It is not. Yeah. Oh, so GM. Okay. Well, I apologize for that confusion. That was on my part. I'm not sure how I goofed that up, except on purpose to make a point.
Well,
why isn't
I would not have been surprised if they put the word Tesla in there, and then this was the actual story, because that's why you didn't hear about it, because it just doesn't get clicks. But if they put Tesla there, you would see it. They can go, GM has Tesla-like recall for 2,000 vehicles.
Yeah, so that's high quality reporting. Now, worth noting, a lot of people, one I'll point out, I used to make posts like this on X where I'd say, look at this thing, why aren't we concerned about this? And I would get responses saying, well, that's because the media doesn't cover it. And I said, well, but this is the media covering it. Like, right, well, I didn't see it. Yeah, they don't go viral. Maybe if it's important, you and I can share it. I just shared it, so I don't know what to tell you. And if you look it up, if you search for it, you'll definitely find it. It's just that it's not sexy. No one wants to look at a story like that. And for that matter, as far as I'm aware, no one wants to look at that car either for the same reason, because it is not sexy.
Well, I mean, it is very, very common, right? We did a show one time where we showed all of the recalls. Sawyer Merritt did a fantastic job listing out all the recalls. And at the very top was Tesla. And then you do that table again to say how many of those were actual recalls, not software.
In person.
Updates. Yeah, Tesla falls all the way to the bottom, of course. And there are millions, like Ford is right at the top there. Millions of cars being recalled last year. And so this is so common for cars to be recalled. And this ridiculous. And of course, Tesla, they make a big deal about it, but actually it's software. Over the air updates.
A couple of years ago, there was a fire at a supercharger, and of course, it was all over the front page. It only took about a day to determine that it was not the supercharger that had caught fire, but something next to it that had caught fire, and it happens to be
you're
flammable.
Talking about the Moss Landing one? Yeah, it was
no, not that one. No, this was a couple of years ago. It was a plug-in supercharger, like a V3 charger, V2 charger. And they're like, oh, these are just as dangerous as gas stations. Gas station fires are like 10 a day in the US. It is an outrageously, shockingly high number. And those don't get pressed because they're so common. Gas car fires are so common. Well, but I only see electric car fires. Yeah, because you click on those stories. What you click determines what you see. But yeah, the Moss Landing one, it's unfortunate. LG cells seem to have a bit of a combustion problem. It's not an ideal situation with the temperatures and the weather. It is a bad situation, but the Tesla packs on the same property have not caught on fire. Don't know what to tell you guys. Yeah, so I think we're doing okay today. I think the the news is not too bad. The stock is trading, sideways usually. We're at a nice high level. Opinion question for you. Do you think the rough trading range that we're in now, within 10-20% of here, is the new floor?
I do. I mean, like, obviously the stock is so volatile. It's one of the most volatile stocks that there is out there. I once took a look at how volatile is the stock. Every stock, by the way, Apple, Google, Microsoft, they have had huge drawdowns over the years, massive drawdowns. So many of these growth stocks, Tesla is not alone, but Tesla is very, very volatile. So is it the floor? Who can determine that? Having said that, this where we're at right now is the all-time high that we've had for years, and what these guys are saying, these people that I've been interviewing, who are this folks who follow the technicals and so forth, is that once you've had once you hit back that all-time high after years of that, that becomes, like you're saying, possibly the new floor, because everybody else has already been kicked out. And the difference why that whole thing about there's this belief that the longer the base, the longer the jump, right? If you have a stock that's been flat for so long or fallen for so long, in this case, Tesla's been like that for 3 years, and then finally starts making a move, that jump is a lot more pronounced than the flat. Why? Because in those 3 years, anybody who's a weak hand, people who don't really love Tesla that much, who doesn't believe in Tesla that much long term, they get weeded out. They sell their stock, right? Because they're tired of it. They move out. And eventually what you've got now are people who are more longer term, people who truly believe about the future. And so at this point, once you've hit this all-time high, does it fall? For sure. It can easily fall. Sentiment can change at any moment until you have actual earnings appear to back that up. Earnings aren't quite here yet. So I wouldn't say that this is the absolute floor for sure. But in terms of, we're about to hit robotaxi, we're about to hit bots, we're seeing all the institutional analysts continue to raise and raise and raise, because they see that these things are real, they're not fake, and they're about to come true. So it's still, though, a growth stock, right? It's still very much a story stock. And so, until we actually have those products launched, then anything can happen. But, I think this is going to be flat for a while.
This is a crazy theory, and I'm going to share it, even though James Stephenson is joking. He had this brilliant idea. The quickest path to 6 trillion is for Tesla to do an 11-10 split every time it passes 420. So it gets to 420, it splits 11 for 10. It just adds 10%. Well, it's only at 387. We can get back to 420, baby. And then it splits 11 for 10. Do that, 9, 10 times? 6, 7 times? Not very many times. Yeah, 10 times-ish. It's oh man, here we come. And of course, that's a joke, but I shared it because James Stephenson is a funny guy, and I love to share his brilliance. Everybody in the comments, what did we miss? What do we misunderstand? Leave it, would you? Check out Brighter with Herbert, see what he's up to. He's got a fantastic group of regulars, but he's also always getting new people on with new, fresh insights. It's a whole lot of fun. Everybody else, like, subscribe, do what you do. You know what you're doing, and stay tuned, stay juicy. I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots, perhaps one of these Wednesdays in the 11 a.m. Pacific live show.